Good morning, grade 2s. Welcome to our first math time together by video. I know it's a little bit strange, but this is what we'll do for our learning at home this week, and we will continue with math. I don't know if you remember, because it's been several weeks since we've been at school, where we started talking about measurement. Remember, we got at our rulers, we've got at our meter sticks, we've been doing a lot of measuring, the length of things. Now, I want to talk about a little bit different type of length today. And if you remember my stool, that, I'm just going to back this up a little bit, that my stool from the front to the classroom. So if I can kind of hold it so you can see it, how do you think we would measure the seat part of the stool, the part that we sit down on? How could we measure the length around the circle, around the cushion? What do you think we could do to how we could measure that? Okay, so this is called a curved edge, and that's because it's not a straight line. I can't just take my ruler and do that. Can my ruler bend around it? Nope, I can't get my ruler around it. So what we can do to measure it, one method is that we can take a piece of string, and I hold one end of the string, and I wrap it around until it meets the other end. And I'll put my finger on it. So now I have a string with my finger on it that's how it goes all the way around. Now, how do I know how long that is? Well, I can take my string. Now, it'll be easier for you because you're going to lay it flat on your table. And I'm going to put the string on the board. Okay, so you have to hold your finger where it was. So there's my string. And when I lay it flat on my desk, or I've pinned it up with my magnets, then you're going to get out your ruler. Now I have my meter stick just because it's easier for you to see the numbers than my ruler. But what you can do is, I want you to remember your ruler has two different measurings. Remember, it measures in centimeters, and it also measures in inches. So make sure you're at the centimeter and your zero. Remember where your zero is? Get it lined up right there. And as I go across, it measures to 72. So my stool is 72 centimeters all the way around. Now your ruler only goes up to 30. So if you were going to use a smaller ruler, you would measure to your 30, hold your finger here, and move, and you can start the next one. Okay, so my stool is 72 centimeters around. Okay, so that's how I can measure something that's curved. I can take my string and I can wrap it around, hold it, then lay it flat and use my ruler to measure. So if you don't have your textbook, press pause and get your textbook, and we're going to open up. We're going to open up to page 57, which I will write on the board here. Page 57. Okay, and on page 57, you're going to do something today. So on page 57, we've got a black line at the top. I have put in your package a string that looks just like this, that you're going to get out. You're going to put your string along the black line. So you start the one end of your string over here, and then you're going to move it along the line, which is easier when your book's down. And I want you to cut the string at the end. Then I want you to take your string and lay it out, whatever you've cut it to, and lay it down on your desk and put your ruler up and measure how long the string is. And that will tell you how long your curved line is. So I want you to find the black line, how long it is, and then I want you to do the same thing with this blue and red line. The B, the pink line, the red one, you can just use your ruler because it's straight. A is curvy, so we're going to do the same thing with our string again to determine how long it is. So which line is longer, okay, is what I want you to find out from there, okay? So after you play with your string, cut it to how to measure a length that maybe isn't straight, that you can use a ruler for. And then the work that I'd like you to do in your workbook is I'd like you to do exercise 27. Now, normally at the top it says work with your friends. Normally we would have worked together in the classroom, and we would have used a measuring tape. And they want us to measure your waist of 3 of your friends. Now, because we're not at school, you could do 3 family members. You can do yourself. And if you have a brother or sister or your mom or your dad that you can do, if you don't have anybody around that you can measure, you could measure your body parts. Okay? So you could instead, you might like to measure your length of your foot. What about measure around your head? Maybe you want to measure your wrist, around your wrist. So you can use your string. The other thing is if you have a measuring tape at home, you can use your measuring tape to measure all these things. Okay? And then you're going to finish exercise 27, all down, following the instructions. Use your string as you need to. Maybe mom or dad have some extra string that you can use if you run out. And I want you to finish exercise 27, which is just these 2 pages here that you can finish up. Okay?